Got room for one more if you still want to go to Aspen.
Where did you find that?
Some kid back in town. Traded the van for it, straight up. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Welcome to Truman's Town Hall with your host, Matt Truman.
Hello, this is Matt Truman coming to you live. Well, the City of Huber Heights City Council work session for May 7th, 2019 is out. The agenda is out. We're going to go through it a little bit. So we go over to the city manager report, and it's just a click. So they're sticking to their word. They're just going to talk about what they want to talk about and move on. No questions asked. City manager report. This legislation will permit the amendment of resolution number 2019 R6713 to increase the not to exceed amount from $100,000 to $185,000 for the pipeline modification reimbursement within the Chambersburg Road Phase 3 project. Cost $85,000. Then you have the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission. There will be a presentation for City Council talking about the Regional Bikeway Plan. Kitty Hawk Commons, the Oaks, is asking for a rezoning. Group rating discount program. The city has been invited back to join the group experience rating program for 2020 through the Ohio Association of Public Treasurers Group. If you want to look at that, you may. City benevolence policy. It's all about gift cards and presents to city employees, volunteers, and the like. DOJ bulletproof vest grant for the police division. The police need bulletproof vests. Something that isn't highlighted, so we'll have to listen to the discussion. There's nothing to read. Montgomery County Solid Waste District grant for Miami Villa Park. They're looking at that. That's a good thing. Purchase of mowers and disposal of surplus property. Supplemental appropriations. That is on the agenda quite a bit each week. So let's read what it is. Purpose and background. These supplemental appropriations are for the following purposes. $75,000 transfer from gasoline tax fund to capital improvement fund for additional expenses for Chambersburg Phase 3 project. More money. $40,000 or $40,600 for IT expenses, including new phone system that were not included in the 2019 budget. $63,054.02 increase to 911 wireless expense account for available balances, blah, blah, blah. $4,500 for fire capital equipment fund to record portion of new Gator purchase. A Gator, if you're unfamiliar, is one of those little ATV things. So the total cost they're asking for is $115,600. SIB loan, Carriage Trails, they're looking to borrow $1,107,000 that will be repaid by special assessments. So the homes have to be sold in order to repay that loan of a fixed rate of 3% interest. County assessment authorization. which is an emergency legislation, the same as the SIB loan, emergency legislation. City of Dayton water interconnection booster stations, $85,000. The Stonehurst water sand pipeline costs not to exceed $300,000. The water fund will be utilized to construct this project at a cost not to exceed $300,000. It says fiscal impact, source of funds, not applicable, cost, not applicable, recurring costs, not applicable, funds available in budget, not applicable. And it is a resolution. Then they have some text amendments to certain accessory buildings, maintenance standards, swimming pools, littering, deposit of garbage and trash. You may want to check that out. Looks like the Cape Lounge sold because they're transferring a liquor permit. Something we always talk about, or we have talked about on this podcast, city council compensation. That will be the last discussion here at this work session. And then it moves on to a vote. And then you'll see the council members vote themselves a raise. I tease. Can I tease? But they will. They'll vote themselves a raise. Maybe one or two of them won't. But most of them will. NLC First Tier Suburbs Summer Conference Update. This was something I was pretty excited to see. Brought to you by Council Member Richard Shaw. Help provide an update on the National League of Cities First Tier Suburbs Summer Conference to be hosted in Huber Heights in July of 2019. How many people have brought a nationally recognized organization to the city of Huber Heights? How many council members? We know the Warrior Soccer Club brings a boatload of folks to the city of Heights, but Richard Shaw is bringing the National League of Cities to Huber Heights in July 2019. Congratulations, Huber Heights, for earning that conference. That's a big deal. Lastly, it's you can't click on it anymore. Lexington Place TIF District. Nothing to look at there. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is your work session for tomorrow, May 7th, 2019 at... Ooh, the time's different. It's 5 p.m. Usually it's at 6 p.m. So mark that on your calendars. 5 p.m. I just noticed that. City Hall, 6131 Taylorsville Road. Council chambers. Be there or be nowhere.
Thank you for listening to Truman's Town Hall. Share this podcast with your friends and neighbors and subscribe today